Where do you see Nushoor in 25 years?
Yeah, 25 years, I think it's just slow development, I think we always take things one step at a time, and, you know, to be honest, like, I don't think that far ahead usually. I just think one day at a time. What's the immediate need right now? In 25 years from now, honestly, I would hope that Nushoor, doesn't exist. I would hope that, like, communities all around the world are, like, able to provide for themselves, don't need to rely on handouts, don't need to rely on or not, are not being oppressed, and don't need to rely on external organizations for their sustenance. I would hope 25 years from now that there's no more refugee camps, or that if there are refugee camps, that they're self-sufficient, that they have circular economies built into their development, that they don't depend on any outside intervention. Um, that's really the future we're trying to head towards. Is like we're tired of seeing these refugees, that are like have no way to protect themselves, no way to defend themselves, no way to, you know, um, to make a living, no future, right? It's really distressing, like, to be frank. And, we're, it's not just us, there's a lot of other organizations that are doing this work, but really it's just the idea is just grassroots development, grassroots empowerment. And, we want to get to a future where organizations like ours don't exist, that we have the ability to be self-sufficient. We can teach that ability to others. Um, you know, we have communities like that are role models for communities abroad. Um, and, like, that, um, there's, that we have, you know, like, circular economies built into the way we live. And, that we, um, can be like an example or a role model for other communities as well. So I guess that's where I would hope that New Shore is in 25 years, is that we're not only like helping communities, right, transferring knowledge, but also living out the knowledge that we're transferring, and like, being role models. Yeah.
What is your message to the world?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I guess just like, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I would say my last, like, final thing, yeah, is just we have to, I think, just change the way we think. And I say this for myself first and foremost, like, and in terms of how we see every day that we're given, I think, just be grateful, right? Like, I think at the end of the day, like, you know, gratitude is the best, like, the best attitude. I know it's cliche, but, like, when you're truly grateful, and you can, like, truly feel grateful, for everything that we've been given, like our food, water, shelter, electricity, safety, security, all these blessings. It really, I don't know, man. Like, it's the best driver. When we're not grateful, I think it leads us to despair. It leads us to hopelessness. It leads us to depression. It leads us to, you know, um, ignorance, and, even greed. Right? When a person is not grateful, they just want more and more. They're never satisfied. And I think I think we just all need to cultivate. Again, I say this for myself first and foremost. Like, we all need to cultivate a sense of gratitude, and being grateful even in difficult conditions. Being grateful, no matter what the state is, and learning to cultivate that. And, I think when we do that, this kind of work that we're doing, and, the people we're trying to help, everything will just be facilitated, and it won't even be, like, difficult or require any effort. Um, but yeah, it all starts with gratitude, and being, remembering where our blessings come from, and using them, to help those in need, using them to always center the needs of the oppressed and the most vulnerable people in this world, and not giving up, and not letting up, because there's always going to be a lot of people that tell you, oh, why don't you, this organization is doing this already, or that organization is doing this already, blah, blah, blah. Like, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if a person is grateful, then it's just the best, it's the ultimate remedy.